Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to this evening's bulletin. The search involving former President Wevel Ramkalawan at the airport is part of an investigation related to drug trafficking cases. This was stated by Vice President Sébastien Pillet in the National Assembly of Seychelles in response to an urgent question raised by the leader of the opposition, Bernard Georges, this morning.
Former President Wevel Ramkalawan was subjected to a search in the VIP lounge of Seychelles International Airport. He was returning from a conference held abroad. The leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, Bernard Georges, sought to know the reasons for such a search. Vice President Pillet explained that an investigation is ongoing and that under the circumstances, he was not in a position to provide further information. He stated that the matter is linked to drug trafficking without giving additional details. Following several supplementary questions, the Vice President reaffirmed that no one is above the law, emphasizing that the procedures underway apply equally to everyone. He added that in the past, many public figures have also been subjected to police checks and that this is a normal procedure in such cases.
Also appearing in the National Assembly this morning was the Minister for Youth and Sports, Kelsey Bell. She stated that one of the national challenges is finding ways to establish a medical corps capable of meeting the needs of the clubs within their respective federations. Minister Bell was responding to a question from the Belair United Seychelles representative, Trevor Louise, who asked what plans or mechanisms existed to assist athletes in case of an emergency or injury. She clarified that the department's role is limited to providing first aid or medical assistance to athletes during training or a competition. The newly ordained Bishop of the Diocese of Port Victoria, Landry Rassamisson, paid his courtesy visit to the President of the Republic, Dr. Patrick Herminy, this afternoon. Discussions included a review of the agreement between the government and the Roman Catholic Church concerning the teaching of religion in schools. Additionally, Bishop Rassamisson stated that they also discussed the challenges faced by young people and how the state can work more effectively with the Roman Catholic Church. Bishop Rassamisson was accompanied by Father Éric Léon, who has been reappointed as vicar of the Roman Catholic Church. This was announced during his Thanksgiving Mass yesterday. The bishop further indicated that additional church appointments will be announced later. The Public Utility Services Regulatory Commission has announced that there will be no change in electricity rates for the period from mid-April to mid-July 2026. The next electricity rate review will be announced in early July 2026. The pension fund is informing employers who are currently unable to meet their own and their employees' contribution obligations due to the economic impact of the Middle East conflict that they may apply for a 3-month grace period. The Chief Executive Officer of the Pension Fund, Nisrin Abdul Majid, stated that the proposal put forward by the President of the Republic last Friday applies to all employers within the tourism industry as well as to businesses engaged in wholesale and retail trade. This measure has been in effect since March and applies to contributions due between 21st April and May.
So far, none have come forward. So this is why we're putting it out, so that employers know that there is this assistance open to those sectors. It's a deferment in terms of they would benefit in terms of their cash flow. So they will be able to manage their cash flow, especially now in the difficult time whereby there's the escalation of war in the Middle East. The businesses are not the same. So it will help them to manage and plan their cash flow effectively going forward for the next 3 months. And the pension fund would also assess the situation, and if the war continues, probably it will be something that the board will have to decide to extend the coverage to other employers.
District administrators are getting the opportunity to learn how people who work in the province of Gauteng, South Africa, do it. This is through a series of visits that they are making to the districts. In her intervention, Minister for Local Government and Inner Islands, Evelyn Hose, pointed out that the Seychelles South Africa exchange shows a commitment to collaborate, learn, grow, and share. Both countries are focusing on good governance, decentralization, and community development. Minister Rose was speaking to South African representatives at the local government office in Victoria.
The objectives of your visits are both timely and relevant.
Will be tasked with developing a formal mechanism to promote youth participation in the country's decision-making processes. It will also advise the government on policies, laws, strategies, and programs related to youth. The Council will also contribute to strengthening youth leadership, promoting civic engagement, and fostering greater inclusion of young people in society. The Council members will elect a chairperson, a vice chairperson, and a secretary from among themselves. Their appointment is planned for a period of 2 years, starting from April 15th, 2026. And with this, we've reached the end of our news summary for now. Ladies and gentlemen, join us again at 8 p.m. with more news and more details.